Okay, so of course we know last night's format was different from what we usually expect, what we've watched over the years. How did that feel, kind of doing this, outside, not near a live audience, all these different things? We can start with Cameron.
It's definitely different. I definitely think it is an amazing production. So where we are in time with the pandemic taking place, AGT has completely changed the game when it comes down to shows like this, and I love kind of the format that they've gone with everything. And it's been really cool to see it all form and develop. It is different not being in front of a crowd. Well, not physically being in front of a crowd, but we're doing the best we can to make sure that we're giving a good performance and still keeping everybody involved.
Nice. And what about you, Jonathan?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously it's different. I'm very used to performing, the stuff that I do on stage. So not having that, I think, is challenging. But at the same time, I couldn't be more proud of all of the contestants and the TV. It would have been so easy for them to go, do you know what? We'll postpone. We won't do AGT. We'll wait. And so for everybody to go, do you know what? We're going to meet this challenge and we're going to make a television show that works under these conditions. It's not easy. And but at the same time, to be a part of it is incredibly exciting.
And for the Spyros Bros, how about you guys?
Hi. Hi, Ray. Yeah, just being a part of this season in such a weird, unique way, where it's such a blessing because it's like we get to entertain still for people. We have that opportunity, and especially our performance was outside, and it was an amazing experience because we get to stretch what we could do. We're not holding back anymore, and the limits of what me and my brother could do in Diablo Tricks is out of this world. And unfortunately, the live audience isn't there, and if you could tell from our first edition, we feed off the audience, and we need them to be here. But obviously, we're here to adjust, and it's like we're maturing through this process, and we're growing professionally and learning how to adapt with any situation.
All right, and a couple of individual questions. For Jonathan, of course, LA is I just left there, but it was 90-something degrees, and you're playing with fire. How did that affect you at all? Does that make it, I have no idea how to do any of the stuff you do, obviously. Did that make it any more difficult, it being so hot?
No, and I live in Las Vegas where it's even hotter.
Okay.
So that wasn't an issue, but the elements do play into especially that stunt specifically because and the big challenge that you have is wind. If this is probably a surprising thing for me to say, but if there was anything that didn't go right, it was that I wasn't on fire enough. I wanted it to be bigger and more, and certainly in the rehearsals it was. But we're dealing with wind and evaporation of fuel, and all of those things is a very complicated thing to get right. And at the same time on the day, nobody died. The judges were excited. Howie wanted to call a paramedic. So yeah, I think it was I was really pleased.
I love that nobody died. All right, and then Spyros Bros, you guys took yo-yos kind of to the next level. What is coming from you guys? How do you feel like you can up the ante in the next level?
I mean, the dangerous part of it, of course, it comes from us entertaining. We normally, it's a toy, of course, it's a toy, the Diablo. It's like a yo-yo. So of course, naturally people get bored. So I have to do something to get the people, more intrigued and get all of a sudden a surprise factor involved. And what's left in store is it's something more than just the danger, in front of the judges. But we're gonna take this a step back away from the table a little more and make this a more of an artistic performance this time.
Yeah, and
something different.
And also into consideration with Keenan's comment last night, of adding back the acrobatics. We definitely plan to add the acrobatics back, and
we had that in our pocket the whole time. We just were finding the right time when to throw it in, because I didn't want to change anything until people probably told us to. So this was a perfect validation.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your time. And of course, I hope to talk to y'all again.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Ray.
we do.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.